Hey guys. Um, I've waited to make my next installment of my video blog. You may see my husband walk down because I know he's working and he has break coming up soon, I think. And I may have to pause and come back because I'm taking care of my special needs son who's on hospice care, and I have timers. Hopefully, I'll be done before the next one goes off. But just gonna ask forgiveness ahead of time for any interruptions. So yeah, forgive my hair and my appearance. I have MS, and it's been a little rough lately. For those of you who don't know, my son is special needs and has had very complicated health issues for some time, and he got put on hospice a couple months back, and it has just been it's been a lot, it's been a lot, and we as a family are doing the best that we can, to walk this path with him and be there for him and process it as we go. And yeah, like, there's not a lot of human words that can actually fit into the category of how my heart and my mind and my soul feel. Having a special needs child and having one that has been sick for so long and fought so hard to not get to this point, to include begging God, please, not my child. But I don't have control of that, and I have tried to handle this with the most grace as possible. I've just focused on trying to do everything that we can to bring him joyful moments and happy times, and we've done a few special visits for him. And I run a nonprofit that was started by my late husband, his father, and I 10 years ago. It will be 11 years in March. And, we started this for kids like him, and I've maintained my business, I've maintained my company, my home, my health for the most part during this entire time. And I've done really damn good holding it together. If you get offended by emotions, if you get offended by a mother's heart or a person fighting severe illness herself's emotions or heart, then I'm sorry, move along. This is not the video for you. I can't promise what's going to come out, because when I do my vlogs, I share honestly, because a lot of the problem that we have in this world is that people go through this literal hell. Literal hell. They are walking through some of the most heart-wrenching and soul-breaking experiences with health battles and massive financial struggles and grief and sick children and things, they're just out of our control sometimes, and some of these things are out of our control. Like, I didn't ask for my child to be sick. I didn't ask for my child to have these massive ass issues that he's had for so long, and I didn't want to see him, I didn't want to see him go through what he did. But his late father and we never left his side, and neither did his brother or my mom or my little brother. We have a very tiny family that actually speaks to one another. There's a lot of families out there that have tons of family members, and people are just so self-absorbed that they don't reach out. It is what it is. I don't care. I have my little tiny family, and I love them desperately. And we've stuck together, and then I have my nonprofit, and we continue to advocate for children. We've continued giving back even when we're in the worst position in our life, we have held this line. We have had our shields up. My brother reminds me of that all the time because he cosplays with our nonprofit as my original Captain America for many years. And he reminds me of that often. Shield up, sis, shield up. You know, and man, let me tell you, when I tell you my arms are so tired of holding that shield up. But even if I have to crawl, that's what I'm going to do. Because I know who I am as a person. I know what my nonprofit stands for. I know the legacy that it will be for my child and for all the babies that we've helped and that are no longer here, and for the kids that are going to be coming. You know, we live in a fallen world full of sickness, and I know that there, unfortunately, are always going to be more children out there. You know, just recently, there was World Cancer Day, and I mean, the stories that I could have sat here and told of beautiful little faces are just heart-wrenching. And the story that I could have told on World Cancer Day about my husband of 25 years, my David, the story I could have told about my best friend Melody, who fought multiple kinds of breast cancer and died the same year my husband did. My heart is so heavy that I couldn't even share on World Cancer Day. It's hard for me. That's why I keep looking away and keep trying to breathe, because I have to click a switch to buffer a little so that way I can share what's on my heart and what's in my mind. Otherwise, I'll be crying the whole time and nobody will ever get the message, or nobody ever be touched by what I'm dealing with. And I don't want to do that, because I want people to understand. Just because I've went through the worst things that any person ever could, the loss of a spouse of 25 years that I never wanted to lose, carried too many coffins of way too many babies that should never have died so young, stood next to the ashes of my best friend, lost family members during that same time of cancer, only to end up here, and now it's my baby. Now it's my baby. I know my calling. My calling was to form this nonprofit with my late husband for children like my son. And I've went through so much with the nonprofit. Every time I turned around, all the years of good that we were doing, every time I turned around, I was being attacked. The nonprofit was being attacked and partisan because it's mine. But recently I went through, and I'm still dealing with, an attack from two people, one of which was in my life for many years. The other one was in my life for, I don't know, a year and a half or so. I've been bullied. I've been talked about. I've been lied in the vilest way, in the most disgusting way. by these two human beings. And I've waited to share this portion of my vlog because I wanted to try to do it not reacting out of anger or emotional anger, even though I have a right to be angry. Tell me, what kind of human being do you need to be to attack, try to gossip about, or start discord against someone who has the health issues that I do, whose child is on hospice, who only ever loved you, who only ever tried to be there for you? What kind of human being are you? What does that say about your character? It's mind-blowing to me that at my age, in the condition that I have, in the situation that's going on, that I would have to endure yet another attack from clearly evil people who only want to do evil, who do not have good going on. It's vile. It's disgusting to me that as a grown woman, I have to go through this. You know, I was bullied, and over nothing, over bitterness, over lies that were made up, over unkindness, over vile accusations, and it's disgusting to me. Disgusting. And I pray for you because I'm sorry for you. I really am. You will have to answer for how you treated me, the words that you said about me, and what you typed about me. But guess what? I have a mission, and as long as I have breath in these lungs, I am going forward. You've kicked me while I've been down. You've kicked me while sitting next to my child's hospice bed. You've kicked me with all my health issues. But I'm not going to kick back. Do you know why? Because I'm not you. We're not the same. We're not the same. You know, there are many phrases out there that different religious leaders of all belief systems, and the gist of it is do unto others as you would have them do unto you. You need to think about that. I don't believe in karma, but I do believe that the evil you put out, you will stand and answer for. And vengeance is not mine. And I'm sorry for you. I'm hurt. I'm angry. It's actually broken a piece of my heart. Especially the one person. Because I honestly had love for them. And it's sad to me. It's really sad to me. It's even worse to me that lies were spread to the point to where you were the person who did wrong. You were the person who committed a wrong. You were the person who committed a sin, however you want to look at it. And yet you attack an innocent person. All that does is speak volumes to your guilt. If this is what you're doing all the time and you keep this up and you keep this up and you keep this up, all you're doing is spouting hate and lies and negativity that is nothing but your soul speaking through. It is broken. It is damaged, and I hope you get help for it. I really do. I would never treat anyone that I at one time called friend, especially knowing that they are going through something absolutely tragic and heartbreaking, and think that it's okay. Nor will I be someone who will support, befriend, hang out with, or be near on purpose someone who treats someone so horribly and spoke such lies. It is not okay to support evil, negative liars, especially if you're supporting them against someone that you care about. That's not okay. That is what's wrong with this world. Too many people are so yellow, or such a chicken, or such a whatever, like whatever the proper professional terminology for that is, to stand up for what's good, regardless of what somebody may say about them. I will stand up for what's good. I will. Every time I grab that shield, I'm going to stand up for what's good. Every time I put on the cape, I'm going to stand up for what's good. Because it's the right thing to do. Support means sometimes having to step up and go, no, I am not tolerating that. I'm not listening to that. And I am not entertaining that. You are wrong. Don't reach out to me again. That's hard for a lot of people because so many people are scared of confrontation. It doesn't have to be a confrontation. You just need to draw your line in the sand and say, I'm either going to stand with the person who's innocent, or I'm going to stand with the people who are evil. There's only two options. Gray is not good. You know, if you read the Bible says that God will spew out of his mouth the lukewarm, meaning you can't ride the fence. You're either on the side of good or you're not. And I have done my best to be strong for everybody for so long. I've done my best to be there for everybody for so long, and to hold everybody else up. And I am very disappointed in a lot of people until I understood a little better from my therapist and friend and family. So many people walk away from people, or stop communicating, or stop reaching out when they are going through something so tragic and so hard because they don't know how to cope. When they realize you not reaching out and checking on them, you not letting them know you care, even if you can't fix it, is better than you being cold, quiet, and not speaking. Because whenever we're going through tragedies and horrible cycles like this, the last thing we want to be is alone. And I can't tell you, minus a small portion of people in my life, which is enough for me, but I cannot tell you how it hurt my heart to not only be attacked when I am trying so hard to hang on, but to have people that I thought were going to be able to hold my hand and help us through just be gone. I finally made the choice for myself a few months ago that I was going to remove and delete people from my own mental health that didn't speak to me very much, or that I felt were just there to see what was going on and not actually be involved. I never did it out of angst. I never did it out of evil. I never did it out of bitterness. I did it for my mental health, so that way whenever I'm making posts and sharing, I know that it's people who are listening and who are interacting, and who are trying to help, and so I feel like one of these two people got angry because I didn't give an explanation. I don't need to give you an explanation. I don't owe you anything. Nothing. I don't owe you nothing. I gave and 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 gave. I'm dried out. I'm exhausted. And I am tired. I'm tired. And I just wish that you would have cared enough to see instead of gossiping because you were bitter. Bitterness is so ugly. It eats your soul. It eats the very essence of who you are. Sowing strife and bitterness and hate are horrible. Like, they're so horrible. I'm not that person. I have a right to be angry. I have a right to be upset and any other emotion that I want to feel while processing this, while trying to go through what we're going through with my son. I have every right to feel the way I feel, but I am not going to, or at least try not to, react negatively or blast people on the internet, which is disgusting behavior to begin with, because it doesn't cure, it doesn't help. It doesn't help to be like the person doing wrong. We're told that we're going to be persecuted. It's going to happen, and it does. And I've been under fire more than once, and it's always because I've cared way too much. And it backfires. And I'm not going to lie. When this first happened, I just wanted to give up. I wanted to give up, and I wanted to throw in the towel. And I just wanted to be done with everyone. Like, I didn't want to deal with anybody anymore. I was fully intent on just shutting myself down and just locking myself away in this house and never speaking to anybody again. But God will not let me do that. My husband, my new husband, I've been married 5 years, remarried for 5 years now. And he listens, and he's a really good sounding board. He's a very level head. And he's told me something more than once that just keeps ringing in my heart when I'm getting in this brokenness parts. And it is that I ask him, why do people hurt me? Why? Why is this happening? I don't understand. I'm genuinely confused. Like, I don't get it. And he said, it is because there is a light in you so bright that when they're next to you, it shines on their darkness and it makes them uncomfortable. Wow. How blessed do you have to be to have your partner, your spouse, your person say something so beautiful about you? I don't see it. I don't see it. I'm just me. Like, I'm me, period. I'm me in every way, shape, or form. I don't try to, dim my light for certain people. I don't pretend to be someone that I'm not. You're going to get me and my emotions. You're going to get me on my good days. You're going to see me. Like, I'm just me. I don't act like I'm someone else, I mess up. I sin. I fall massively on my face. I've been angry for no reasons. I've been emotional for no reasons. Who hasn't? We are human. Humans are severely flawed creatures. No one is perfect. What matters is we recognize our faults and try to do better. Because this world is so full of people like those who have hurt me and others. I'm quite sure I'm not the only person they've ever treated like that. They don't normally just treat one person like this. You know, I'm quite sure that there are more, but this world is full of people like that, and I don't want to be that person. I don't want to be the problem. I want to be part of the light. I want to be part of the joy. And I want to be part of the help and the give back, to make a difference. When I am gone off of this earth, I want to be remembered for the person who went through severe hell. She didn't quit. She didn't give up. No matter what came at her. I don't want to be remembered for the person that allowed pain and hate to be the reason why she's not here anymore. I don't want to be that person. I want to be remembered because I went through all of this stuff and I survived it. And I survived it and I still gave back. That's what I want to be remembered for. I don't want to be remembered for part of the problem. I want to be remembered for part of the light. You know, I don't know where my life's gonna go from here. I don't know what's gonna be out in an hour. I don't know how I'm gonna handle losing my baby. If God chooses to take him home instead of heal him. I barely survived losing his dad. And I don't understand how I'm gonna survive losing him. I don't understand. This is why it hurts so bad to be attacked when I am barely hanging on, and I don't reach out and talk to very many people, maybe too, about how I actually feel about this. But let me ask you, how would you feel if you were the mother of a baby who was never supposed to be born to begin with, and who you fought for all these years to survive, only to end up here? How would you feel? I hope to God you never have to find out. I hope you never have to know the thoughts that go through my mind, the worries that are continually there, the anxiety that just grips my chest. I feel like I'm being punched in the ribs. The heaviness that is on my heart. I hope you never have to feel that. My message today is simple, and this hurts more than any human words can say. But what you did to me is not gonna make me stop. I will crawl if I have to. You don't get to win.